What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse. I'm Sarah partners Robert and Ryan. I'm your host, J-Man. On this edition of the Pro Wrestling Pulse, going to give you our WWE Elimination Chamber 2013 review. Just getting off the air with the pay-per-view. As predicted, that word will come to the foreground very early. I don't think that's the correct
Forefront,
term.
you mean?
I don't think forefront. Foreskin?
Foreskin.
That's closer.
Foreskin of the video.
Very, very soon. The predictability over the past couple months as far as WWE has gone and will continue to be going into WrestleMania is just... it's just fucking really irritating. And it's something to where when it comes to wrestling, unpredictability is something that has to be there. Just has to be there to make it just that extra bit of just excitement. And it's not there as far as WWE. It is so goddamn predictable with what's going on right now. There's one thing in a very big match, two things really, in very big matches here that obviously could have went either way, but with the winner of one of these, it was extremely unpredictable, but unpredictable in a way that we'll talk about once we get into it. But we're going to kick this off with the world title on line with champion Alberto Del Rio going up against the Big Show.
Predictability. Hey, there you go. When you start out a feud like these guys have had with two last man standing matches, and then the third match is a regular match with no gimmick, no nothing, I was hoping for something decent here. I mean, it was an alright match, nothing really great. Del Rio tried to make Big Show submit a lot, did the armbar a lot. Show actually ended up picking Del Rio up from the armbar. He was like, oh, maybe Show's going to win this, and Big Show tapped out to Del Rio.
Very, I did not really even see that coming to where it would be almost a legit clean win outside of the completely botched kick that Del Rio went for, just whiffed that can that he was trying to hit and really went into that submission and really legit made Big Show tap out here. Did not really see that coming. Thought there'd be a hell of a lot more shenanigans to get that done.
Can't say Del Rio does look like a champion, though.
He does. He really looks legit with that World Heavyweight title. I've always thought that no one has looked better with the World Championship than Edge. He just looked like that was just a part of his body when he came out with it. But Del Rio looks outstanding. He got that new red gear. I mean, we're always going to love Del Rio as far as the unpredictability of what's going on with the world title and with the kind of shit that has been on with the world title. Is just it's not really his fault. His face front has been this or that. You could kind of say it either way, but he looks legit as a world champion here and gotten that submission victory. Obviously, no cash in here with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler will end up on this card eventually in a random part here, but no cash in here. A lot of people could have thought that was going to go down, but it didn't. And Del Rio is still your world champion in that matchup there. Next matchup will be the United States title line when champion Antonio Cesaro went up against The Miz. Yeah,
I mean, this was it's all right. I mean, I know Cesaro's a freak of nature. He always does something in every match so you're like, I've never seen that before. This, blah, blah. He's been doing that for years and on the indies, and, it looks dominated as all hell. I think it's just a matter of time before he steps up to that next level. I think after WrestleMania, he might get that push into that situation. The Miz is kind of just there to, doing his face kind of run. It's not really working for him. I don't know. It's not that I don't buy him as a face. I think he can be a face. I think WWE wants him to be a face. I think he can sell products and do this and that. But I think my thing with Cesaro is I think Cesaro's been tamed. I think since he's been in WWE, he hasn't had to get in the ring and really contribute and show what he can really, really do in a match. And it's kind of sad, but I think eventually, when he gets up to that main level like a Punk and Daniel Bryan, when they get to those main event type matches, you're really gonna get to see some amazing quality out of Cesaro and the things he can do. I think he's completely tamed right now, and he does some really outlandish spots and different things to really get noticed. I think but other than that, I think this match was okay. It really did nothing. It kind of just felt like a Raw match, but Cesaro retaining. Yeah. Well, actually, it was
DQ.
Alpha DQ. Actually, apparently, the Miz accidentally dropped his knee in the crotch area of Cesaro.
It was a great sell by Cesaro.
Yeah, and then Miz was like, whatever, I'll just kick you in your balls again.
Yeah.
So that obviously might continue.
Yeah,
hopefully
continuing
not.
there. It looks like I really don't want to see that at WrestleMania, another one-on-one match if they had some sort of stipulation or whatever. But I would agree with what Ryan's saying as far as
match or something.
Maybe something like that. You never know what they could do, but I really don't want to see it again with just The Miz and straight up. But right now, The Miz is just coming off like he's just a reality star and not a wrestler anymore since he's turned face, and it's what I get. They're just kind of playing, obviously, doing the Miz TV thing and not really having him wrestle as much as he did, over the past, obviously, since his, career started. And what he's been doing is kind of trying to get away from being that reality star and want to be a wrestler. Now, since he's turned face, it's almost seemed like he's going back to doing that and hosting the show and all this kind of stuff. But I would agree with what he's saying about Cesaro and all this stuff going on there. But retaining off the DQ there, and it looks like it's probably going to continue into the future. Next matchup, the Elimination Chamber match to determine the number one contender for the world title at WrestleMania 29. We had Chris Jericho, Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, Jack Swagger, Mark Henry, and Kane in this one. Obviously, when you go into an Elimination Chamber match, you're looking for the unpredictability because you have so many names usually in there that are outstanding that could come out on top, and what they're trying to set up if it's a number one contender, what they're kind of trying to do with the championship if for a title. It always brings that unpredictability to this matchup here, and it really did that with the outcome of this one. Having Jack Swagger, after coming back from his return a couple weeks ago, doing this kind of random shit with Zeb Coulter, who ended up being Dutch Mantel, which I finally found out. I was like, I was right about that. But just random shit going on here, and having to win this match with the Jericho and Randy finish, going for the RKO and pinning Jericho, and then the roll-up right after that. And I just had this feeling, once Del Rio retained in the first match, I'm like, God, they might go with that angle, doing the whole, American guy that wants to get all the foreign guys out of the country, and you got Del Rio really playing up, and that's what I've really felt over, watching over the past couple months of what they've been doing with Del Rio as that face. They've really been trying to push the kind of Mexican background for Del Rio and bringing in Swagger, doing this kind of thing, wanting to take back America and make it a Swagger, nation, all this kind of stuff. I'm like, they're going to have fucking Jack Swagger win this match. And it was just in my mind the entire time. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Because I really don't want to see this matchup. I mean, I can't really shit on it until we see what the angle's going to come up with, the storyline's going to be going into the future, but this does not deserve to be a WrestleMania world title match. And like we were talking about during the pay-per-view, it just shows the state that the World Heavyweight Championship is in right now. It's just shit. And it's like, it's nothing against these guys. These guys are talented as all get out, but it does not deserve to be the prestige that is the World Heavyweight Championship and what that has over the 100-year history. It's like, it's so secondary and so don't give a shit. And they're just, this is just random as hell to me. And with what they're going to be doing, they're obviously going to be playing up the storyline to a fucking nth degree with what they're going to be doing with him and Del Rio. We're talking they could make it a triple threat four-way if they want to add in like Randy or something like that, and somebody else, whatever they do here. But it's obviously setting up towards that huge storyline they're going to be building to with Del Rio and Swagger going in the future. But this one was pretty solid, kind of a slow start. Had a lot of stuff with Daniel Bryan and Kane obviously doing their thing, Mark Henry dominant, and then finally getting taken out. Ryan will talk about how he booked that once he gets to it. But Swagger won in this one, random as hell. Jericho had an outstanding performance in this, as he always does. And the most combatants inside the Elimination Chamber. And Chris Jericho has been in there, and Randy Orton looking great as well. But Jack Swagger in the win, just random as hell, and it should be interesting to see what they do with him and Del Rio going in the future towards WrestleMania.
Yeah, this is the 16th Elimination Chamber match. Chris Jericho's been in the most. Jericho and Daniel Bryan started it. It was almost like a match inside of a match when these two went at it. You weren't really looking at, when it started, you weren't looking at it as a chamber match. You're looking at it as a one-on-one. Jericho, Daniel Bryan, which they've done multiple times. It's just, as the match went on, everybody got in the match before there was any eliminations.
Yeah.
So that was, kind of unpredictable of any other chamber match. Normally,
I don't think that's ever happened before.
Yeah, normally there's at least one or two eliminations before everybody gets in.
Yeah.
It's just this whole angle with Del Rio, the King Mexican Lucha Libre guy versus Swagger, Swagger America and
Jebediah racism.
Racist.
Yeah, I mean the next 7 weeks is going to be just racism at its best, probably.
Racism at its best. Golly.
You quite possibly have topped anything that Quad has ever said on any of our shows.
Racism at its best.
Racism at its best. If we ever sell just an individual T-shirts for the Pro Wrestling Pulse, you bet your ass that's going to be on the back of Robert's T-shirt. Robert, just like this in the front, racism at its best on the back. Fuck yes. God, Robert.
Yeah.
This is why he's on this show right here. Finding moments like that.
Yes.
Making memories right
Shocker.
here, people.
You know what? Oh, man, that was beautiful.
That was the perfect
beautiful.
transition. Could not get any better. Thanks, bud.
You know what? This was so stereotypical Elimination Chamber. It was a good Elimination Chamber. There wasn't any ridiculous botched spots. It just felt like everything was exactly the way it was supposed to be. Everything was set up the way it was supposed to be. I completely booked this match as it was happening. 10 seconds before it happened. Oh, this guy's going to probably get eliminated. Oh, Mark Henry's going to eliminate these two, and then it's going to get down to these guys, and then it did, and then blah, blah, this, and then, you had the shocker with Jack Swagger winning. We had talked about it several times. I even talked about it a year back actually when Del Rio and Swagger were doing nothing, and I was like, why don't they just do an angle where they do like an American versus Mexican thing, and now they are actually going to do it, except for the title.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it. I think the quality of the match could be very good, but I think the next 7 weeks is going to show.
Is it WrestleMania worthy in your eyes?
No, it's not. It's not. I think they're trying. I think they're looking at the storyline build up of what we're going to look forward to in this match. I think they're really going to try to build a Mexican versus American type thing, and I think that's interesting. I think that's a big draw. I think the I don't say Mexican viewers. What would that be?
That's fine.
I guess Mexican viewers.
We're Americans. They are Mexicans.
Mexican. I mean, there's no. What is it? Latin. There we go. That's right. Latin viewers. They're going to try to draw in the Latin viewers to be on Del Rio's side, and then you're going to always have the people who are the Americans. Even though he's a heel, they're trying to pull in that because I think they know that they're not going to probably use Rey Mysterio or Sin Cara. Probably they may use them for something. I don't know.
Say they're injured too. I think they got re-injured.
So they do want to have that Latin figure at WrestleMania to draw
and
in
they have
viewers.
been pushing Del Rio as that Mexican god as of late. It has been to a T. I mean, bringing a bucket out with the Mexican flag on it, having the background be a Mexican shit, having Del Rio still talk in Spanish like throughout every promo he does. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're really playing that up. So I can obviously see how that transitioned with Swagger winning.
But overall, this was a good quality match. I think this was a good Elimination Chamber. It definitely was a good match. I enjoyed it throughout. There was a lot of great spots. A lot of everything just felt like everything that happened is exactly how I would have booked it, except for the last 30 seconds.
Yep.
And it's interesting. It was a surprise. We really didn't want him to win, but I think it's interesting to see where it goes.
Should be very interesting going into WrestleMania.
To do a Mexican-American type match, is Swagger really the right one to be the American representative in it?
They've been trying so hard to make him that.
I mean...
They're trying to make him Kurt Angle.
They are.
Trying.
It's going to work.
It's not going to work,
for sure. But it should be extremely interesting to see what's going to be going on, obviously, with the world title situation going into WrestleMania there. Next matchup, God, this was tremendous. We had a 6-man tag match featuring The Shield, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns, the Lycan, going up against, what did we finally come up with?
Team TV Time.
Team TV Time. Somebody had that on the comments of the preview. We also had... God, what was it? Team Stereotypical or you had something else for it.
I don't know.
We were trying to figure out their name if they were in the
past, the present, and the future.
We were trying to figure out the name, what their name would be in Chikara's King of Trios, because it would just be like just mega fucking face something. I don't know. John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback. Obviously, to me, this was just a spot-on move the momentum for every single one of these guys on John Cena, Ryback, and Sheamus' team on to WrestleMania, and not really bring down the Shield. I didn't think this was going to hurt the Shield that much to lose this matchup with the names that they were in this matchup with. Now, if they lost back at TLC against Ryback and Team Hell No, I thought that, they could have beat them. And then they did, and I think, thankfully they did. But this one, I was like, damn, this is going to be a tough one for them to come out on top on. And they did. And it was tremendous to see that. I think the finish was booked perfectly. I really don't think of a better way that I could have did that. They even pinned Ryback. I think we were trying to figure out how many times Ryback's been pinned. Only outside of that, shenanigans, screw job kind of thing they did at, Hell in a Cell with Brad Maddox and CM Punk. He hasn't. And we had the pin with the spear and dropping Seth Rollins on top of Ryback and get the pin after Cena was kind of sidetracked doing the attitude adjustment to Dean Ambrose, and just I love that finish. It was tremendous. This match quality was pretty good. Nothing really special, outlandishly great or anything, but to have the Shield win this matchup just proves wholeheartedly, like we were talking about, they're full fucking behind the Shield, and these guys deserve every single bit of it, and what they're going to be doing in the future should be unpredictable as all get out with what they could go to from here. After beating these kind of names, I mean, I don't know where the hell else you go, because I mean they just beat John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback, quite possibly the 3 biggest faces in your company right now. There's going to be just up and up from there, because it's just tremendous to see that, and it's great to see them finally get behind a faction or a group or an angle and actually go with it. I know, because it pissed me off with what they ended up doing with the Nexus and basically didn't give them anything over John Cena with what they did there, besides the first night and that impactful, amazing moment on Raw that they had. They gave them nothing outside of that, didn't really move anybody on past that. But right here, they're just full-fledged behind this, and it's a great concept, great idea, amazing people in it, and the quality that ended this matchup, not really the match quality, but what happened at the end of this and what's going to be going on in the future is just tremendous, and the Shield getting the win in this matchup here.
Yeah, the fact that they let the Shield get over on Cena and Ryback and Sheamus was just, finally something that was unpredictable. You know, you didn't see it happening. You know, the entire match, it's like, okay, you know, Cena's going to get the pin, blah, blah, blah. As it started going through, you know, Reigns speared Sheamus through the wall by the ring bell.
Almost killed
Lillian Garcia. And just the way, you know, Reigns speared Ryback, it's like, whoa, that was a legitimate, you know, top-notch type of spear like an Edge or Dave Bautista would do.
Whoa, that's quality right there.
It's
Quality.
Yeah, Robert.
And just having Ryback actually physically lose, you know, it just made Ryback look weak for the first time ever, you know. Hopefully they need to go forward and do some single matches with Seth Rollins. I was kind of thinking maybe Seth Rollins.
Dean Ambrose, too. Dean Ambrose is great, too.
Yeah, he looked alright.
Roman Reigns can kind of be like that. He could just suck vampire blood and do whatever the fuck else he does. I don't know.
Yeah, but the way they kind of set up with Seth Rollins and get the pin on Ryback, maybe they do one-on-one at Mania with those guys.
God, let's hope not.
Yeah.
Let's
hope not.
If you see the rest of the card at WrestleMania, it can't get worse.
Robert,
let's fucking hope not.
Let's hope not.
You're
Robert.
right. What was I thinking?
Chill out, bud. All right.
I get too excited.
Good
He
Lord.
did. He saw the spear from Roman Reigns. And
Good Lord, he was all.
I was thinking Dave Bautista was back.
Hashtag spear boner. There it is.
Spear boner. There it is. You know, yeah, this was a solid little get together here. You know,
Get together.
We'll get together
with some wrestlers.
This is a get together.
This is a friendly little competition between some grappling old athletes.
Yeah, this was a solid little get together between 6 men who wrestled. You know, it was cute. I liked it. It had me going for a while.
Yeah.
So that's all I gotta say.
Are you done? Is that it? Is that all you're gonna talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Dean Ambrose. So
That's pretty good. I like Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and everything they're doing with the Shield right now because it's tremendous. Outstanding stuff there.
Poor Sheamus.
Do you like how I segued that just to get that in there? That's pretty good stuff right there. Getting the win over John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback. Did not see that coming. Outstanding move there and rolling along with the Shield. That is just a fucking unstoppable fucking freight train right now. Juggernaut. Bitch. Next matchup, if you really want to call it, what did we call it? Get together? Next get together. The next little
This
scrum.
wasn't even a get together.
It wasn't even a get together.
Girl day.
It was a how you doing, see you later, goodbye. We had the Money in the Bank holder. I don't really know how to say it. Can't really say champion. I don't know what the fuck it is. Dolph Ziggler going up against Kofi Kingston.
Good old-fashioned boy day.
Good old-fashioned boy. Now we can't let that out of the cage yet.
Not yet.
We can't let that out of the cage yet.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston. Dolph Ziggler won in about a big old cup of coffee. Not even a big old, like a medium-sized cup of coffee.
No, small cup of
was
coffee.
Done. There you go. Dolph
Shot.
Ziggler getting the win with the zigzag just to get Dolph Ziggler on this card. Couldn't really tell you why they didn't just put Dolph Ziggler in the Elimination Chamber because if you're not going to have him cash in, you're not going to have him really do anything outside of that. Just a poor excuse for a use for Dolph Ziggler there. Just whatever. Dolph Ziggler getting the win there. Ryan, just please go on your Big E. Just rant, please.
Okay. Big E Langston, I'm sorry, is the most outlandish and ridiculous looking wrestler I think I might have ever seen in my life.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah.
The way his whole body is molded and constructed, like everything about Big E Langston looks absolutely retarded.
Yeah.
The acne?
To his haircut, to the acne he has on his face, to the ridiculously small ears he has.
Far too much forehead.
Far too much forehead. The little tiny Eddie Griffin mustache he has. The singlet that has
I cannot describe that singlet.
It's, oh my god, it has like a griffin
on it, yep.
And it's not, it doesn't go to the legs, it goes to the crotch.
Right there.
And then he has no knee pads. And he has like the most ridiculous like shiny little boots.
Yep.
And he just has just man boobs.
Yep.
And then he's black. So, I mean.
And he talks funny.
Whoa. Holy fuck. Yeah. May I mention, we were the most racist watching this pay-per-view we have ever been in the ever
It's
watching. True. We are sorry.
Yeah.
To no one that got to see that because we are thankful no one got to see that.
It is really intense.
Yeah.
But
racist motherfucker right here. Look at the back of the shirt that he will have soon.
I can't even handle this.
Big E is retarded as fuck.
Let's just be honest.
He's retarded as fuck.
Yeah.
I really want to say the line that describes him, but then we will look extremely more. Too much. God,
why is he with Dolph Ziggler?
Fucking retarded. Dolph, AJ, that's all you need. Edge and Lita proved why Dolph and AJ is all you need. Just fuck you.
But when Shawn came up, he had Diesel, so Big E is...
That's completely
Dolph's
different.
Diesel.
Completely different. This
God.
is just, no. No. Go away. Yeah, Dolph getting the win, and that get together there.
It was a match?
Good old get
Good old get together. Good old fashioned get together, boy day.
Oh, God.
Next matchup. Gonna make it fire. Gonna light it down.
Oh, he's been waiting all night to do this.
I'm sorry. I am just in love with Caitlin's theme song.
That theme song sucks so much balls.
No. It's in this sarcastic love for it. It's fucking garbage. But
Gotcha.
I'm all gonna make it fucking. There it is, right?
Caitlin's looks good, not up close.
No,
I've come to the theory with my extensive video game playing. She's trying to be Lara Croft. She just dresses in the same gear. She's just missing the dually pistols that she's missing on her hips.
The skunk hair.
That's all about it. I'm still just...
Tamina walk out of the Mortal Kombat game.
I'm fucking fascinated as how Caitlyn makes her hair like that. Kristen could tell me, but it's fucking amazing how she just does
watched
the black
Ultimate
underneath.
Warrior do it.
She's the black underneath. And why do we always mention the Ultimate Warrior every time we talk about Caitlyn?
She's this girl version of him.
God, just...
How is she going to make her lips so big?
Wow, Robert! I mean, we were being funny. That's just being fucking ignorant.
What a dick, man. What is wrong with you?
Caitlyn retains the title against,
this guy?
as we said, a Mortal Kombat version of a WWE diva, Tamina Snuka. Robert, who is her father?
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Thank you. Had to get that out there.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Caitlyn.
Why they put that on there?
Are you trying to actually talk about this?
No.
Just stop. Just
yeah,
stop. Just
probably
should. Just shh. Caitlyn getting the win in that get-together there.
Get together. It was a match. A really, really short match.
You know what I hate? Let me do a grind my gears.
Songs are longer than this.
I want to do a grind my gear.
What?
Grind my gears real quick.
Oh God.
This is what I hate.
I want you to go back to language class.
Okay, listen. I want to mention something I absolutely hate about casual wrestling fans. What I hate about casual wrestling fans is when you start talking about wrestling and they think they know what they're talking about and they're like, "Are you going to go watch the wrestling match this Sunday?" No, I'm going to watch a full-blown pay-per-view that I'm paying $45 for. No, I'm not going to watch the wrestling match this weekend.
I really like Caitlyn's song.
There's my grind my gears. Continue.
Was it grind my gears?
Grind my gears.
I like to grind my gears.
What was that Jebediah guy say? What did he say?
Jebediah racism. He said...
To girl germs.
To girl germs. Wow. She's gonna make it fire. Caitlyn retaining the Divas title in
with a spear.
Alright, let's get serious, guys.
Main event.
Next up, we have the main event for the WWE Championship. If The Rock gets EQ'd or counted out in this matchup, he loses the title. Just fucking forget that. We had champion The Rock going up against the best in the world, CM Punk. Obviously, after we didn't give a shit if it was just better than the Royal Rumble matchup they had, and it was by about that much. And I've just come to the thought that they just do not have chemistry. And it's unfortunate because they're just two of the best of all time, and they just do not have chemistry. I don't know if it was just... It may have been something back in the day, if we'd have had The Rock, 10 years ago in the ring with CM Punk today or something like that. It could have been different, just the way that The Rock works matches now, where he just literally... He probably is currently, while we're shooting this, dead from dehydration, from the just liquid that is out of his body right now. Just go chug about 14 fucking 32-ounce Gatorades, bro.
No, he's an IV.
Because something. Jesus, good lord. He is just parentally sweating. Well, parentally means just like all the time. It's a word. Okay. J-Man got his language on the D motherfucking L. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, just nothing really special here. And like I said, it just comes down to just a problem with them not having chemistry. That's really what it came down to.
I really don't think it's they don't have chemistry. I think The Rock wants to do his stuff a certain way. And
that comes down to chemistry, though, because it's the way you work a match, the way he works a match. CM Punk doesn't give a shit as long as it's the best match on the fucking card.
And it wasn't. And why are they crapping on CM Punk right now? This should have been his 455th day as world champion.
Well, I mean, technically in his eyes it was.
It was, in CM Punk's eyes.
In our eyes.
Yeah. But, you have the Phoenix Screwjob for the Royal Rumble, and then you have this debacle with the referees, and they had a stipulation on the match, and I just don't understand.
They can't ever have a straight up and down match.
Why WWE is doing this to CM Punk after him having the title that long?
They gave him the title for a long time.
They did.
Right, but
it wasn't like
The Rock is a part-time wrestler. He'll be gone after WrestleMania.
WrestleMania is all about buys. Last year's WrestleMania had the most buys in the history of WrestleMania. They're going with what made them the most money. And now, once in a lifetime is twice in a lifetime because they want the money. They want the money.
Vince wants dollar bills shoving fucking
Blah,
coming
blah,
out of his
blah,
ass
blah,
like
blah, blah,
nonstop.
blah.
So what happens if this WrestleMania is less than last year?
It
probably will be.
It probably will be.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the card right now, I can tell you right now, I am so. I don't even care.
You know what?
Like, I don't even care about this WrestleMania right
Chris
now.
Jericho
Until
versus
something.
Dolph Ziggler.
That's
Let's put
something.
that. Let's do that match.
And like I've been saying over all of these videos, if we get CM Punk and The Undertaker WrestleMania, I will be happy. Because I think that will do great for CM Punk. Like I said, to get him to that pedestal of not only being a current day what he is, like we've said, that gets him to the plateau of, put him in there against The Undertaker
that would
off
just
of
be
what he
phenomenal.
did, off of what Undertaker has done with opponents the last 4 years with Shawn and Tripp. That would be outstanding, but it's just like...
And we know even
sketchy.
Punk's not going to beat Taker. Taker will win the match, but Taker expects people to be almost perfect in the match, like Punk is, like Shawn Michaels, like Triple H. So the level of this match that Taker can do, Punk can do right along with him. So it's going to be, the match of a lifetime.
And they need to make up for what they did in 2009, which just, oh god, that pissed me off with what they attempted to do with that feud, but didn't pull it off the correct way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is interesting to see where this goes because, I mean, the way WrestleMania.
Well, we know one side it's going. We've known that since like July with one side, but the other side is different.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I'm just so uninterested in WrestleMania right now. They really got to do something to get me going on it because
You got 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll put some stuff together. If WrestleMania is exactly how it was last year. Last year's WrestleMania was the most disappointing WrestleMania I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
I was so unbelievably disappointed with WrestleMania last year.
Go back, just go back and watch our IWR preview for WrestleMania 28. We sounded like 7-year-old kids with boners, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we were so jacked.
We were
for
so
that.
disappointed
And then
after.
go watch the review, and we're like, fucking faggot motherfuckers.
Yeah, it was
It
harsh.
was just bad.
So now we kind of got our guards up, and we're like, they need to show up.
Wrestling fans look at last year's pay-per-view, it was crap, but yet it had a lot of buy rates. Huh.
Does that mean they might not buy anymore? Who knows?
Well, that just means that
There's
WWE can do whatever they want, and people are going to pay it
There are
because
so
The
many
Rock is
fans
there.
that buy WrestleMania that
Just
don't
because
even
it's WrestleMania.
have a clue what's going to be on the card. They just
Yeah,
buy
they
it
buy
to
it.
be because it's WrestleMania. They
Yeah.
know it's
like
the
Super Bowl,
biggest
yeah.
wrestling. It's the Super Bowl of wrestling, and they're going to buy it either way, whatever the fucking card looks like. But having The Rock on here, you could have him on here. And my problem is you just don't have to have him with the WWE Championship on the line. John Cena versus CM Punk for the WWE title is your main event of WrestleMania. In my eyes, it should be, and that puts over your talent that is in the business right now. And you can have all those other guys do whatever the hell you want on the undercard. That's what should be your main event for the guys that are there right now.
Nope.
But it's not. We already had the graphics set up for it for WrestleMania 29 with The Rock and John Cena. They didn't have Twice in a Lifetime on the bottom of it.
No.
Shockingly enough. They'll come up with some fucking, two legends never can only meet once or some fucking horse shit, whatever. They'll find
Gotta pay the troll toll if you want to get in the boys' hole.
No, and they're not going to use it twice in a lifetime because last year was once in a lifetime.
This
This year
year, I
it's
thought it was twice.
Legend. This year's going to be Legend versus Legend.
Something fucking stupid.
Legend versus future legend.
They should just put
Crap versus crap.
Just how did you even come to always pay them? That doesn't even make sense.
I don't know.
It doesn't even make sense. Come on now, Frank Reynolds. The Rock retaining the WWE Championship in that matchup there, predictable, as we were talking about, leading into John Cena versus The Rock.
July of last
WWE
year.
Championship at WrestleMania. This will now wrap up our WWE Elimination Chamber 2013 review from my partners Roberto and Ryan. I'm J-Man, and thank you for watching another edition of Pro Wrestling Pulse, the Pulse, Professional Wrestling World.